Good morning, students. Class 8th. Today we are going to start with the second chapter, that is microorganisms, friend and foe. Microorganisms we have studied earlier also, which we can't see with our naked eye. In this chapter they are asking that whether they are friend and foe. So we can say these are foe also and these are friend. Foe means dushman, enemy. Now this time we are facing with a crisis, one of the virus, that is coronavirus. We are facing with that, and that virus is said to be foe for us. Now we will start with the chapter. You have seen several kinds of plants and animals. However, there are other living organisms around us which we cannot see with eyes alone. That are said to be microorganisms, which we can't see with our naked eyes. That are said to be microorganisms. To see them, we need microscope. For example, in rainy season, bread which we kept outside the refrigerator, it can be spoiled and its surface get covered with grayish white patches. And what are that grayish white patches? That is the fungi. That is the fungi, and fungi is also one kind of microorganisms. Now here, first of all, we will study about microorganisms. Collect some moist soil from the field in a beaker and add water to it. Means here an activity we have to do, that we have to collect some of the moist, means which is wet, from the field and in a beaker and add water to it, and we have to add water in it. After soil particles have settled, observe a drop of water from the beaker under a microscope. Then they are asking that firstly let the soil settle in the beaker. Then what we have, from that we have to take a drop of water and we have to watch under a microscope. Then second activity, we have to take a few drops of water from a pond. From a pond we have to take few drops of water and spread on a glass slide and observe those through under a microscope. And if we have to spread on a glass slide that is a rectangular in shape, and then we have to see under the microscope. Now, do you find tiny organisms moving around? They are asking that can you see some of the tiny organisms moving around? Yes, we can see some of the tiny microorganisms. From that, these observations show that water and soil are full of tiny organisms. Means from that only, these two activities, it shows that water and soil, these are full of tiny organisms that are said to be microorganisms. Though not all of them fall into the category of microbes, these microorganisms or microbes are so small in size that we can't see with our unaided eyes, means with our naked eyes. Some of these, such as the fungus that grows on bread, you can see fungus which have grown on bread can be seen with the magnifying glass. We can use a magnifying glass to see the fungus. Others cannot be seen without the help of microscope, but only that fungus you can see under the magnifying glass. Other microorganisms we can't see under this magnifying glass. We have to use microscope for that. That is why these are called microorganisms or microbes. That's why these are said to be microorganisms or microbes. Now, these microorganisms are classified into four major groups. Four groups they are classified, uh, and they are classified in four groups just because of their characteristics. These groups are bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and algae. Bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and algae. Then some of these common microorganisms are shown in figure. You will get a figure and you can see in that figure. See, first of all, viruses all are microscopic. All the viruses are microscopic. They however reproduce only inside the cells of the host, or means this virus they grows inside the cells of the host organisms. And we have studied that these are connecting link between living and non-living. So which may be bacterium, which may be bacterium, plant or animal. Now means it can present in the bacteria, it can present in plant or it can present in animal. And nowadays we are facing with this that is the coronavirus. Some of the viruses are shown in figure 2.5. Common ailments like cold, influenza and most coughs are caused by viruses. And nowadays just general symptoms you can see that are cold, influenza and mostly cough. These all are caused by viruses. Then serious diseases like polio and chickenpox are also caused by viruses. Polio means if a person's leg is not getting proper growth and he can't walk properly, that is the polio. And chickenpox are also caused by chickenpox. You can see that these are caused by viruses. Now diseases like dysentery and malaria. Dysentery and malaria, that is loose motion and vomiting, these are caused, and malaria, these are also caused by protozoans, where typhoid and tuberculosis are bacterial disease. And typhoid and tuberculosis, that is TB, are bacterial. These are caused by bacteria. Now you had learnt about some of these microorganisms in class 6th and 7th. We have studied about these in class 6th and 7th. Now you can see some of the diagrams here. First of all, you can see spiral bacteria. Bacteria you can see under the microscope. Then rod shaped bacteria, shape of the bacteria just like rod. Then chemidomonas, you can see just like that. Then Spirogyra, penicillium, these are the fungi. Penicillium, these are fungi. Then Aspergillus, that is the fungi only. These again you can see that spiral bacteria, these are the bacteria, rod-shaped bacteria. Then these are the example of algae. Then protozoa, amoeba and paramecium. Then fungi, that is bread mold and penicillium and Aspergillus. These are the example of some of the fungi. Now here you can see the picture of viruses also. See the picture of viruses. Now where do microorganisms live? Where these microorganisms live? Microorganisms may be single celled like bacteria. They can be single celled or some of the algae and protozoa. Then they can survive under all types of environment, and they can survive under all types of environment, whether it may be rainy season or any of the season, it can survive there only. And ranking from ice cold climate to hot springs and desert to marshy lands means anywhere in icy lands also, then in hot springs also, then in marshy areas, and then in deserts. It can find everywhere. Marshes means coastal areas near the sea. They are also found inside the bodies of animals, including humans, and these are found inside the bodies of animals and in humans also. Some of microorganisms grow on other microorganisms while others exist freely. Means some of the microorganisms they grow on other organisms and they are free. Just like microorganisms like amoeba can live alone. Microorganisms, amoeba, it can live alone, while fungi and bacteria live in colonies. Colonies means in group. Fungi and bacteria, they live in group. Now we will study about microorganisms and us. Means what is relation between we and microorganisms. Microorganisms play an important role in our lives. It play a very great important role in our life. Some of them are beneficial or some are harmful. Means these microorganisms, some are very beneficial and some are very harmful for us. And let us study about these in detail. You can see, first of all we will study about friendly microorganisms. Friendly means which are we can say which are useful for us. Microorganisms are used for various purposes. They are used in preparation of curd, bread and cake. The curd, bread and cake, these are this become very soft. Why? Because of these microorganisms only. Microorganisms have been used for the production of alcohol since ages, and early means up to this time you can say that microorganisms were used for the production of alcohol also. Now they are used in cleaning up of the environment. They are also used in cleaning up of the environment. To clean the environment, they are used, for example, the organic waste, that is vegetable peels, remains of animals, feces, that is stool. These are broken down into harmless and useful substances by bacteria. Bacteria are very, you can say, very useful for that, so that they make it in the form of manure. And you can say this bacteria are also used in the preparation of medicines. These are used in preparation of medicine also. Then in agriculture, they are used to increase soil fertility by mixing nitrogen, and they are used in to improve the soil fertility by fixing nitrogen. Then we are eating curd. How have you ever thought that how curd is formed? Curd contains several microorganisms, and the name of that bacteria, that is lactobacillus. The bacteria lactobacillus is used to form curd. Promotes the formation of curd. This helps in the formation of curd. How? Means it multiplies in milk and converts it into curd. This lactobacillus bacteria, these multiply in milk only, and then it converts into curd. Bacteria are also involved in making of cheese, and these bacteria are also involved in making of cheese, then pickles and many other food items. Then you can say that you are eating rava idli, that is suji idli and all this, and then bhatura. These all are firstly what you can these are the these are all prepared by the bacteria only. So we will study up to this only. You have to study up to that, and you have to prepare the questions whatever we have studied just now. So students, prepare the questions and you have to write in your homework copy or any of the copy.